looking at is the team, because the team behind a project is very important. Let me give you a simple humble brag to explain. Around 5 years ago, I started a YouTube channel called Practical Psychology. It now has over 2 million YouTube subscribers and is in most senses successful. In fact, in the past year, I have hardly created any new videos on that channel, and it has earned me about as much money as an average college graduate. In the past 10 months, though, I've been creating this second channel called Whiteboard Crypto, and I've got it to around 500,000 subscribers much quicker. And it should be said that this channel is actually 10 times more profitable because I have experience monetizing a YouTube channel. For example, I know what will take the least amount of work that will lead to the most amount of revenue. Regarding this, back to doing your own research, in the future, do you think my next channel will be as successful? Do you think I'll take all the things I've learned from creating these two channels and carry them with me? What about the people that I've met creating this channel? I mean, heck, in the last month, I've had around 10 phone calls with multi-millionaires, talked to multiple people who have had connections with billionaires, and even talked with developers who have created applications used by millions of people. I didn't have any of those resources this time last year, and those were people who wanted to talk to me, which is honestly mind-blowing. I say all of this to share one point with you. The people behind a project are very important. Do your research on them and make sure you trust them with your money. When it comes to this channel, I know how to write engaging, genuine, and educational scripts. Our animator is world-class in making these videos fun to watch, and the artist that I found for thumbnails and other image assets is very talented. Again, I'll wrap this up. The team is very important. Another thing to check in your research is social media. Now, one good signal of a coin increasing in price are the content creators on the internet mentioning it. A golden goose that I've recently found is if the content creator specializes in only one project. For example, I've talked to Austin from Phantom Alerts, and he has a YouTube channel and Twitter account specifically for the Phantom blockchain. Although he's not directly sponsored by the chain, he does hold a decent amount and continues to create content to bring on new users. Another example is Taiki, who has a considerable amount of Twitter and YouTube followers, and whenever he makes a recommendation, he knows that some of his followers out there will go all in due to his past great calls. This means his reputation is on the line, so he's not going to be promoting a pump and dump, even if he claims that it's not financial advice. Again, seeing niche content creators is a very good sign, especially if they're creating lots of content. The Shiba Inu token is another example with an unofficial YouTube account that posts videos almost daily. If someone spends their time and energy to bring new people into a coin by creating content, it doesn't necessarily mean the coin is a good project fundamentally, but it does mean a community might form or that they might lead new investors to the project, which may or may not be good, but definitely is an important piece of information knowing as a potential investor. The next thing I want to teach you is to ask this most important question: what problem are they solving? Even better, how are they going to use your money to solve that problem? In the case of Bitcoin, it simply solves inflation. Now, people ask me all the time, why Bitcoin? And why not some other ERC20 token or a fork of Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin was the first. When I talk about cryptocurrencies to anyone, 90% of them have heard about Bitcoin, and that is why it may be the best solution for inflation, even if other coins can solve it. It's just the most well-known. To use another example, Ethereum solves the problem of expensive and slow banks. Ethereum actually solves many different problems, but the existence of banks seems to be the main one. You can't be over-leveraged with Ethereum. You also can't be in the hole, or basically have a negative account balance. With Ethereum, you can send money very quickly, and it may not be that cheap right now, but if you're moving anything over 7 figures, it's considerably cheaper than a bank. Also, nobody asks you questions about you moving money. You can do it anonymously and privately. Ethereum solves a lot of different problems, and it's similar to Bitcoin in the fact that it's kind of the first of its kind and a well-known project. One more example, Chainlink gives blockchains off-chain information. With the growing space of blockchain technology, developers are really struggling with getting real-world data onto the blockchain in a reliable and trustless manner. Chainlink seems to offer a solution to that. Now, in the grand scheme of things, take a step back and ask yourself, what problem is a project solving? Even Olympus DAO, which is something I personally think is quite overvalued, solves a specific problem of a digital reserve currency and also a protocol-owned liquidity. Wrapping this up, there are some problems out there you may not be aware of, or others you may not even understand. I will never invest in a coin or a token until I understand the problem that it is solving, if it's trying to solve any. Another great source of fundamental analysis is simply to read the project's white paper. Now, a white paper is an official paper where the developers describe a problem that they want to solve, how they want to solve it, and why they are going to do it. For most people, white papers are usually pretty complicated, but I honestly believe anyone can read Bitcoin's white paper. Moving on, let's get into another big question of where does it deserve to be? I like to think of this as its deserving factor. So does Polkadot really deserve to be the #1 cryptocurrency? Does Bitcoin deserve to be number 92? By thinking about this in generalities, we can more accurately make a prediction where a coin might be by our previous knowledge of it. Avalanche might not deserve to be coin #1, but I don't think it should be number 1,000 either. So maybe 20 to 30 is a fair guess. Using these guesses, we can then divide the market cap by the total distribution of coins to get a fair idea of a fair price. Again, this is just another mental model that I use to help with my investment decisions. I'm gonna say one more time, this video is not financial advice, but you may find it helpful in doing your own research. I do want to share with you, I've actually created an entire PDF full of more technical things that I do to perform research on a coin or token. Things like checking whale wallets, which is a pretty obvious thing to check, but developers have found a way to get around it so that lazy researchers don't see what they did. There's an advanced way that you can check whale wallets by using the blockchain for developer wallets, but it's a lot more technical and takes a lot more time. There's other things in the PDF like checking liquidity, including a special kind called locked liquidity, which is way more important than market cap for cryptocurrencies, and even other hidden signals that I found to be super helpful, like how I mentioned specific content creators of a project are a really good sign that the price will increase. The research PDF is actually a bonus to anyone who enrolls in Whiteboard Crypto Club, the most affordable DeFi membership that me and my team are creating. Also, when you're in the club, you actually get instant access to a community, so if for some reason you don't want to do your own research, you can politely ask, and I'd love to do some preliminary research on a project for you. If anything, it helps me improve my own research skill, and it might help out some of the other members. Another thing to reel you in is that all new members are sent $20 of Ethereum, and the main meat and potatoes of the membership are tons of DeFi tutorials on how to use certain protocols, but I've already shared too much. If you want to learn more, you'll have to check out the official Whiteboard Crypto Club enrollment page in the link below before the end of the month. We're doing some things with NFTs too, and the deadline is the end of the month. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that maybe you've learned something, and most of all, I hope to see you in our next video.